How much time do you spend working on you? How much time do you spend every day working on your dream? In the last 90 days, how many books have you read? In the last year, what new skill or knowledge have you acquired? What kind of investment have you made in you? Keep your agreements. Keep your agreements that you make. And establish a network of people who will also do that.
You got to have an insatiable appetite for success, all right, for knowledge. You got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You got to believe. Believe in what? Believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Listen to me. I challenge you. Why do I challenge? Because I know you can. Yo, listen to me. Some of you, you're not even in the game. Can you do me a favor? Get in the game. You could be great if you just showed up. Get in the game. You want to be great. You want to do great things. You want to have greatness. You want to be great.
I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but by what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up. You never give up.
It's possible for you to live your dream. It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard, but you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen.
Most of us live in a drought because we haven't seeded our lives enough. We've been raised in a culture, you've been raised in a family, you've been raised in a neighborhood. Most of our families struggle, fights, relationships, division. Everyone's mad at each other. No one's getting along. And if they do, it's plastic, it's fake. Why is that? It's because we still haven't allowed heaven to fill our earth.
Most of us turn to drugs. It isn't always a medical drug or even an illicit drug, but rather it's the drug of food. It's the drug of distraction. It's the drug of alcohol or cigarettes or something. You got to have a deeper meaning for your life than, oh, I'm on that grindstone again, or I'm on that treadmill. No wonder most people in life turn to alcohol or drugs or television. And even then they can't find something to entertain themselves. Even then they don't sense any fulfillment, because distraction does not create a life of significance. Distraction does not create joy. Distraction will not give you what you're seeking. Drugs will not change your life for the better. Right? What they'll do is hurt you. They'll create pain. And there are all kinds of drugs.
I wonder what would happen to you if you said, I'm going to live to be someone's miracle, instead of saying, when am I going to get mine? Yo, when's going to happen to me, bro? I ain't doing nothing for no one until I get mine. And God says, really? Well, in heaven, it doesn't work like that. If you want what heaven has, then you've got to think like heaven thinks. This is how we start changing nations. This is how we start changing people's worlds. This is how cities and nations and countries get changed, because people elevate their thinking to how heaven thinks. And we go from heaven and get what's in heaven, and we come to earth and distribute it to the rest of the world. Why be a miracle to someone else? Let me tell you a reason why I believe you, this Christmas, need to be someone's miracle. For this reason. When you become a miracle for someone else, you position yourself to receive a miracle. There is a big difference between needing a miracle and being someone's miracle. There is a big difference between needing a miracle and being someone's miracle. It's like there's a big difference between saying, I'm going to pray for you, versus saying, I'm going to be the answer to your prayer. I'm going to pay your rent this month. I'm going to pay your child's education for a year. I'm going to give you a car. I'm going to pay your doctor's bill. I'm going to be the answer to it. I want us to believe that we can actually be the type of people who no longer need to ask for miracles because we're so busy giving and being miracles to other people. I want you to consider perhaps is the reason that you were born was so that you could be a miracle to someone else. I want to ask you to consider this in your thinking today. Maybe the reason why you're here is so that you could be someone else's miracle. Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive. So the person that gives is more blessed as the person that receives. The person that gives miracles out is more blessed than the person that receives miracles. How many of you know that we don't think that way? How many of you know you and I have been engineered to always say, I need a miracle, I need a miracle, I need a miracle. How many of you know he's a miracle worker? Because you and I need a miracle, this is a great opportunity for you to hear this message and say, maybe the answer to my miracle is when I become a miracle to someone else. When you think this way, when you believe this way, God entrusts you with different things. God can entrust you with different things. Your generosity releases the miracle of change in someone else. Your forgiveness releases the miracle of healing. Most physical issues in our body are due to the lack of forgiveness in our life. Somebody just won't call someone and say, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter who was right. I want to release you because I want my miracle. How many of you want to live that way? That is when heaven comes to earth. You see that in heaven there is no need for a miracle. But heaven gives out miracles all the time.
We have the heart of people to love others. We want people to love each other, love yourself, dream big, and never give up. We're all looking for hope, aren't we? What are you looking for? Money, drugs, sex, alcohol, pornography, fame, fortune never satisfies. It's never enough.
There are people God puts in our path that need us to hold up their hands. They're not going to win by themselves. They need your encouragement. They need your rescuing hug. They need to know that you care. A gentle tongue brings healing. A phone call, giving them a ride, taking them out to dinner, encouraging them in their dreams. There are miracles in you waiting to happen. And some people just need to know that you believe in them. When you tell them, hey, you're amazing. You're going to do great things. I'm praying for you. That may seem simple to you, but to the other person, it can be life-giving. It can help them blossom into all they were created to be.
You want to view your brain as a horse, and you have to be good at tricking the horse into doing what you want it to do. Everything that I do on a day-to-day basis is constantly me tricking my brain. But guys are like, well, life isn't fair. Life is tough. No shit. No shit. Of course it's tough. But if you want more, you can acknowledge that life can be competitive and tough and hard, and you can push to get it. The problem with a lot of dudes is they're not thinking very big. And you can tell the size of a man by the size of his problems, can't you? So a man who's very upset and overwhelmed by a small problem is probably a man with smaller ambitions and a smaller circle of concerns, as Stephen Covey would call it. When you expand your circle of concerns beyond yourself, then little small concerns don't affect you as much. Any thought that goes in your mind should be one of the following. Self-amused happiness, which makes you have an awesome time. Cutting a boundary to bullshit, or if you want to be depressed, use that depressed time for introspection on looking at your life of why it's not going in the direction that it's going. One of the most powerful habits I have, I've said this before, whenever anything goes wrong, I look at what, I don't care what other people did, I look at what I did today, earlier today, yesterday, the day before, the year before, and I think about what I did a decade ago that got me to where I'm at.
Ladies and gentlemen, it takes courage to live your dreams. It takes courage to manifest your greatness. It takes courage to decide to live, to decide to bring out all of your talents and abilities, to decide to stretch out, to decide to take a chance. It takes courage to be happy, just to be you. It's very important for you to ask yourself a question as you look at various areas of your life. Is what you are doing right now, is it giving you what you want? If it's not giving you what you want, it's going to take courage to decide to do something differently. As you begin to look at yourself and ask some of these questions, what is something that you're good at? Are you living your passion? Are you living your dream? What do you regard as your greatest personal achievement? What is the one thing that other people can do to make you most happy? Just think about these things. What would you do if you had 1 year to live and guaranteed success in anything you decided to do? What would that be? Many of us don't act because we want other people's approval. We want everybody to like us and to accept us. And that's not possible. Many of us don't do the things that we want to do and don't act because of lack of self-confidence. We don't believe enough in ourselves. See, many things we don't do is because of the fact we want people to like us. There's some necessary losses in life. See, we don't have the courage, and that's what it takes, courage. It takes guts to do that which you know you need to do. If you don't have the courage to act, life many times will move on you and make you act. Let me warn you, it can be painful, it will be uncomfortable, and that's where the growth is. When you're uncomfortable, when you're stretching out, when you're taking life by the collar, you're going to get thrown to the ground again and again and again. But when you have determination and you know that what you're doing is right, it gives you your life, it gives a special meaning and power to you, you will have some power from on high. You will discover some things about yourself that will begin to electrify your personality. You'll begin to discover some things about you that you don't know you've got when you put yourself in that type of challenging situation. It's very challenging to act, to do those things. There are times when you're looking at it and you say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. I know I need to do it, yet leave me alone. No, I don't want to do it.
Some people dream of success while you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just Do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
I want to ask you, how are you? What heaviness are you carrying? What tears do you hold back? What pain, what fears are kept inside? You don't have to hold on to those fears. You just take one step at a time. There are some things in life that are out of your control that you can't change and you got to live with. The choice that we have, though, is either to give up or keep on going. I want to ask you, what are you going to believe? Are you going to believe in yourself? Are you going to believe everybody else's judgment on you? Are you going to believe people when they say that you're a failure? When no one really likes you, no one really cares about you? And it's not really to say that, hey, you need someone to come up and say, hey, really, I like you, I care about you. No, it's not that, but it's the fact that people put you down. People don't even look you in the eye. People ask you how you are, and you say fine, but you're not fine, and they'll never know that. I want to ask you today, what are you looking for? If I gave you $1 billion, would you be happy? If you gave me $1 billion, I'd be very happy. But then if my mum dies tonight, am I happy? No. With all the money in the world, I'll never be happy. Why? Because money is something that cannot heal the soul. Think of your friends. You look them in the eye and you know maybe they're not really that happy. You go to parties and you just look them in the eye. And you know that they're hurting as well. Everybody's trying to cover it up. Can you lift somebody today? Make the choice today to do something good. Hold on to that hope. Let's say that you have a problem in your life and you want to give up now. Imagine if someone 10 years older who's gone through the exact same thing that you have actually got through it and came to you and said, you know what? I know how it feels. I've been there. I've been going through what you're going through now, but I'm still here. Would that not encourage you? Could that possibly save your life? Yes. You can go up to somebody and say, hey, you're looking good today. When you ask them how you doing and they say okay and you know they're not okay, you can say, no, really, how are you doing? You could save somebody's life. Let me ask you one thing. If you went through your life full of pain, full of tears, and at the end of your life you actually saved somebody's life, is your life worth living? Is the pain worth someone's life if you could actually save somebody? And just the fact that you're here should persuade you that you have another chance to get back up. There's still hope. You have a choice to either give up or keep going. Give up or get up. When you fail, try again and again and again.
The world is a dynamic place. The world is changing. If you're not changing along with it, you're probably being left behind. People who don't want to work, they don't want to contribute value, I'm just going to speak bluntly here, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'm disgusted by it. I'm really disgusted by people that are giving into that biological inclination to minimize time and effort. Do you guys get it that our biology tells us to maximize value and minimize time and effort? Why do people say like the 7-minute abs? You know what I'm saying, right? 7-minute abs. You know, because again, that appeals to the masses, their desire to minimize time and effort. So I looked at a lot of people that I viewed as failures, and big signs of failures to me were people who did not have a rational paranoia about failure. In fact, many people I know who are very well versed in self-development, they have forgotten the component of rational paranoia that you will fail if you do not take action. You guys see what I'm saying here? You will fail. Let me explain this to you. Failure is the default. You have to realize that once you do start working regularly and you enjoy what you're doing, you find the joy in what you're doing, it's really not that hard to work hard. It's actually pretty easy. The hardest part about beating laziness is just the initial shift in gears. It's like a diet. The only hard part of a diet is just that first month. Really, once you're past the first month or two, you're just eating healthy food. You just get in a routine with it. It's really fine. Right? So there's always a right way to do things, a wrong way to do things. A right way to get ahead is work really smart, really smart and strategically, but be willing to work hard. But it's that first little bit that is kind of tough. It's a little bit of a shell shock when when you're not used to it. You know what makes you happy? Finding something that you like to do, and then having a good balance between hard work, friends and family, hobbies, time off, learning, and work. Success needs to be earned and re-earned every day. So what you want to do is you want to keep building yourself. Take greater and greater challenges. If you actually take what I said to heart here, okay, and you apply it, the things that you can create in your life will be amazing. I saw that by breaking myself down and putting myself into more difficult situations, I could make progress. And once I saw that little bit of progress that I was making, I could see the longer term reality of that, and I became addicted to it. And it became highly addictive of what could be accomplished. It's really cool. And what's really cool is that when you actually see what you can accomplish with long-term progress, if you could just be patient, do it the proper way. Take your time. Build it up. Execute.
I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. That dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. That some of you already know that it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life.